What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. As you can see from the title of this video, I will be playing the scene between the two Chris's, Chris Sr. and Chris Jr. From Love Marriage Huntsville. And I want to talk about the measure of a man, how literally we are watching Chris Fletcher as a Black man give a great show of manhood. He is literally transforming the visual definition of manhood, and I absolutely love it. Now, before we get into this topic, I ask that you all please hit the like button on this video. I am already just in love with this video that I'm literally recording right now because it is so significant. It is so important for us to talk about the real measure of a man and not toxic masculinity. And also, more people will get exposure to this video if you hit the like button, or even if you hit the dislike button. The dislike button, it gives the exact same stimulation as hitting that like button. And also, if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I would love to have you. All right, so I am actually going to go to an Instagram page called OMFG Reality TV, and I'm going to play this scene. Now, I do want to point out that the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary of this clip is allowed, for commentary, of course, and everything said here is alleged and an opinion. So I am gearing up, sharing my screen here, and then I will mute my mic and then come back with the commentary after I play the clip. All right, so here we go.
I haven't seen you since the dinner, since family dinner. So where you been?
You know, that was a lot going on there.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Folks arguing, storming out.
Yeah, Lexi kind of went
Left.
Yeah, real quick. Time passes by. She comes back, apologized. How do you feel about the dinner besides Lexi overall?
There was a lot of bullshit brought up.
What do you mean?
I want my dog back.
You got locked up. You didn't even pay me for that. You want your damn dogs back?
I have helped Chris with hiring you in, letting you come in.
I ain't get paid my last check.
What about all the time you sit your ass out back?
Everybody getting mad at each other as far as who owe who what, who doing this.
Everybody or just you and Lance?
I wouldn't say just me and Lance, mama too. Because I still want my damn dogs. But
you understand why she still has the dog.
Y'all see, that's the same. If I wouldn't have got locked up, then obviously I feel like I still would have had the dogs. That's what the conversation not going nowhere.
But because of the consequences of what did happen, we had to go and get the dog. And then bailing you out of jail, your mama just felt like, I just need to keep him until he gives me my money back. You got to understand, as a man, there's got to be a more maturity level there for you. When the last time you talked to her?
At the dinner.
You don't think that's a problem? You haven't talked to your mom in how many weeks? You don't think that's a problem?
I ain't speak to nobody since the dinner.
But why, Chris? That's part of the dinner, trying to bring everybody together to be a family, and it always seems like you leave yourself out, or you're missing. You're not around.
I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like if I stay to myself and a lot of stuff that I do, I ain't gotta worry about people. Just so many opinions or saying I'm not doing something right. Ain't nothing wrong with taking criticism, but I realize being around the family a lot, it's a lot of it. I mean, of course we love each other. I love y'all, but I got a lot. I be trying to get my life together, and it be a lot when everybody got all these opinions.
Do you feel do you feel like we were picking on you, or?
I wouldn't say picking, but it's a lot of pointing the finger. Me, what I did, or something like that, or that's why like I told you, I be to myself. Like, Lance got a problem with me. Mom got a problem with me. Of course, Kiki and Kayla already think I'm crazy or got issues.
Do you not see something that we as a family may see in you that there's something that maybe we need to help Chris with, or
I just feel like we all got issues.
and we do.
I feel like all
we do. Nobody's perfect, but that's what family's for. You're supposed to come together, discuss these issues to try to help each other out. So what is your help? What is your savior? What is your go-to? Because you don't come around us for it.
A lot of times I go to the yo by myself at like about 2 o'clock in the morning, about 3 o'clock in the morning, on some solo, just to get my mind off stuff.
How do you get up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and go out there by yourself?
Almost every weekend. I don't really sleep. That's one thing too, I don't sleep. I hardly sleep. Feel like, to me, just feel like I always got to be on the go. Like I always got to keep doing something. My mind be rambling, trying to do everything at once.
Things that you're telling me right now, you're all over the place, and it doesn't sound healthy at all. For me, from what I hear, it puts in my mind, in my thought process, of depression or a form of depression. And that actually scares me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stop everything I'm doing to help you. If you need help, man, just ask me. I'm never going to be too busy to help my kids.
We got to get together more. No, I got to. I don't know. I might consider canceling.
Hearing Chris Jr. express his feelings and perhaps being in a state of depression kind of hits home for me because, you know, I felt that at one point in my life as well. And so I know being Black men and feeling isolated can really be a problem. And if you feel like you need to talk more, and I think you did just say that, then just hit me up, you know. I'm here. If not, I can meet you somewhere. If it's at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, hell, you can call me then too.
Yeah.
I'd rather you call me than to go out and be in the street at that time. I haven't seen you since the dinner.
Okay, so that was the scene that we all saw there. The most significant scene, in my opinion, from the latest episode of Love Marriage Huntsville, which was season 6, episode 26. And I just want to say thank you to Chris and Nell Fletcher for not only joining Love Marriage Huntsville, but including their children in their reality. They are not faking storylines. They are not pretending like their lives are perfect and they don't have looming lawsuits and when I say looming lawsuits, I'm making the point of just something not being perfect, an imperfection. The Fletchers, they are sharing their family imperfections with us, complete with emotions, complete with anger and sadness. And last week, we saw more anger, right, from the family dinner. And in this scene between Chris Sr. and Chris Jr., we are seeing more of sadness, which is definitely a part of life. And what I really want to talk about is, you know, Chris Fletcher being confident enough to express his emotions, not being afraid to let the world see him be emotional and cry for his son. He does not even want his son to be depressed. And his reaction to his son saying, I don't sleep well, you know, my mind just goes. I feel like I have to keep it going. And I feel like, again, I said this in my commentary on the the latest episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville that I feel like Chris Jr., his mind can't relax because he's feeling the pressure from everyone's opinions that he has to be perfect or he is not doing something right. So he's internalizing people's criticisms of him, and it's affecting him to the point where he's overthinking and he cannot sleep. And because Chris Fletcher, Chris Sr., has been depressed, he can recognize it in someone else. Obviously, that is me, right? Because I'm totally bonding with what Chris Jr. is going through. And that is when Chris Sr. got emotional because he said he too has been depressed and he does not want that for his son. He said, and as Black men, we will isolate ourselves. And I believe that that isolation is due to toxic masculinity. You know, it's like if a little boy is crying, you know, stop that crying, you know, be a man. Or, you know, some families in the hood, if they see their child is getting bullied or messed with by another kid, they make them physically fight them. If you don't fight them, you're going to get a whooping when you come in the house. You know, there's always a lot of pressure to be physically aggressive and to, you know, quote unquote, take care of business, if you know what I mean. So I think sometimes we don't leave a lot of room for boys and men to be emotional. And then on the flip side, what's crazy is we'll coddle them in other ways, you know, financially, not really teaching the benefits of marriage versus just always going out and having unprotected sex and producing all these babies by multiple women and not making enough money to afford them all. You know, we coddle in some crazy ways, and then we put extreme pressures to be tough on men in other ways. And I just feel like Chris Fletcher, Chris Sr., he has overcome all of that toxic masculinity, and he has healthy self-confidence that he does not put those crazy pressures on his sons. And he recognizes signs of depression and lets himself be emotional. He even has a wife who, you know, for lack of a better word, is a quote unquote firecracker, you know, and he lets her be herself. And he is not insecure like some of these other men on the show to where he says, I don't think any woman should talk this way and talk that way. And I'm going to check a woman if she talks this way and talk that way. Chris Fletcher has true blue self-confidence. And I love this. You know, I feel like Chris Fletcher embodies the true measure of a man. And I'm just so glad again that they are on the show. And I'm so thankful for this scene. So I want you all to answer some questions for me in the comments. What are some characteristics of toxic masculinity? What did you think about this scene between Chris Sr. and Chris Jr.? And, you know, what do you think is the definition of a healthy man, healthy manhood? I cannot wait to hear from you all. I ask that you please hit the like button on this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe. I hope you all have a fantastic day tomorrow after the Thanksgiving holiday. It will not be a manic Monday. It will be a magnificent Monday. You all take good care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.